Hello, this is Raymond with BrightSide, another weekly update. So first off, under fees and charges, when setting up your fees, you can now set conditions on occupancy-based charges. So if you've got a pet fee, for instance, you want to change which channels that applies to or something, you could do a pet fee that applies to maybe only on Airbnb, since they don't allow the per pet charges. And then set up another pet fee that doesn't apply to Airbnb. And so, yeah, you can do various restrictions on occupancy-based charges now. We also redid the minimum stay overrides screen. So similar to before, but yeah, now lets you see more years at a time, or you can select certain properties to adjust, and shows kind of breakdown here. One change: before, if I put in, say, a number here, it would apply immediately. Now you have to click Save Changes. So if you're doing quite a bit at once, you can, and then you realize you made a mistake, you can click Start Over to easily erase those. You can save changes to apply them. On the maintenance screens, we made a few minor changes. So first, we added this stripe rows option. So if you're, that'll give you some alternating row colors, makes it sometimes easier to see the different rows. And then also, once you're in them, previously is add detail. If you put in some details, if you didn't click on add, you just went away, it would leave these unsaved. Now it will detect that you have unsaved changes and check if you want to save it or discard it. And so if I do save and go back to that, it's going to add the details here, just as if I had clicked on the add button or pressed enter. And then lastly, on the accounting system, so we've got our, we've got our bank deposits that we wrote out before that. So you've got your deposits rolling on, and each one shows, here's the money that we received on this day, and these are the transactions that made up that money. And now we've added bank reconciliation, where you can import a whole bank statement and match that to everything coming in and out of your escrow account. So if I just imported an example in here, so it's going to have all of the transactions from a bank account. We can auto match those for any ones it knows. So all those deposits, it's going to be able to match those and know, like, okay, that's this was all of these things. But then if we go to unresolved, we can then match the rest. So these ones, we could, let's just say that they're owner payments as an example. Later we'll be tracking those directly, but for now you can exclude those as owner payments. Just basically giving it a reason, what is this transaction. I'm going to do those ones. And then here we've got, a payment that it wasn't able to, it didn't know which one it should match. So, because we've got multiple items that it could be. So if I search that reservation, 2138, here it is. That matches that. We could, 2143 matches this one. You probably get the idea. For this, it's a payment to a vendor, so we could mark that as a vendor payment, explaining why this money's coming out of escrow. Tax payments, you could put those in, and then this one's like transferred into operating, so or you've paid yourself, transferred into your operating account. You can also, stuff like interest, you could put in as an adjustment. There's a few different interest types that we support. You can put those. So basically you can, balance out your trust account or your escrow account exactly using this. Again, if anybody's interested in investing this, we'd love to hear from you and get you set up with the advanced accounting on, and look forward to sharing all the stuff coming next week. And thank you very much. Have a good day.